Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Damsel's Distressing, the podcast where we talk about whatever we want, whenever we want, because we want to. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Olivia.
And on today's episode, we will be discussing two very exciting and long-awaited November drops, Wicked for Good and Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1. We have many thoughts. Let's get into it.
So many thoughts.
I think we wanted to start with Wicked. So, Liv.
We do, yes.
I will open up the floor to you.
Yes. We gotta get this out of our system.
We're not even silly chit-chat to start the episode off. No, we have thoughts.
This is serious.
This is go time.
So, we have both seen Wicked for Good twice already.
Twice.
Oh, Wicked for Good. I will just start off with my Letterboxd rating. I gave it a 3 stars on Letterboxd.
I think I gave it 4. I may need to drop to 3.5. What did I give it? I gave it 4, but I think I am going to drop it to 3.5. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I was teetering between 3.5 and 4, but I dropped it to 3, especially after my second viewing.
We'll get into it. I'll do a short.
Yes.
I was really hoping I was going to like it more the second time.
Me too.
And then I didn't.
Me too. And I didn't like it as much the second time. And I think just in general, I don't like this one as much as part 1.
No.
I think part of it being that Act 2 of Wicked on its own has its issues, but I still love it.
I am an Act 2 Wicked defender. Like, through and through, I am an Act 2 girly.
Yes, I am too.
So it's very controversial, but I like Act 2 more than Act 1.
Wow.
No.
Because, I do really love Act 2, but, I recognize that on its own, it's just kind of...
Yeah, for sure.
There's holes there, but I still love Act 2, and it has some of my favorite songs. And... I just think overall, everything that was happening in it works better on a stage.
I agree.
I think that was the major thing, is that I think especially Thank Goodness, As Long As You're Mine, and a couple other songs, I think they just work better on stage.
Yeah. Well, before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's talk about what we liked about the movie, what we thought was done really well.
Yes.
And then... we'll get into the negatives later, but let's start on a positive note, okay?
Yes.
So you can start, I can start.
Do you want to start?
I can start, and you can, kind of jump off of me.
Yes. Yeah.
My biggest good overall was Ariana's performance. I thought she was
Agreed.
Perfect. I thought everything other than Girl in the Bubble, which we'll get to. We're the goods.
Yes.
I thought the character was done really, really well. Parts of that will get into the negatives. But again, getting ahead of myself, I need to.
Yes.
I want to preface by I don't like not liking things. I have very strong opinions, but I don't like being a hater. So
no, you have such a good heart.
Thank you. So do you.
You do.
Ethan Slater was amazing. Everything
Loved
from
him.
Talk
Loved him.
Perfect.
Yes. March of the Witch Hunters was, I think, besides the fact that they cut Girl in the Bubble in the middle of it, I think it was the most perfect sequence in that movie.
I agree. It got scary. It was...
Got the point across. Ethan Slater ate that up. He also ate his part up in Wicked Witch of the East.
He did.
Of course, suffered a lot of changes, but his part was fantastic.
His part stayed the same,
though. And that Tin Man makeup? Yeah.
So good. The makeup, the visual effects. Oh, my God. Everything. I know it's going to get its lighting criticisms, but whatever. It's fine.
The Tin Man looked fantastic. And the way it was like the teapot.
Yes.
That was the tea set that was turning...
really
him into
cool.
the Tin Man was very cool.
There were a lot of really beautiful details. I loved the addition of keeping the animals and their rights issues as a forefront of the plot, because that kind of disappears in the musical. And you find yourself asking, where did Dr. Dillamond go? You see him in the cage. He can't talk anymore.
Is he safe? Is he all right?
Is she safe? Is he
all right?
Sorry. Sorry, we're not talking about Star Wars today. We're not talking about Star Wars today. So those were my. I also really liked the ending. I thought
Yes, me too.
I thought For Good was lovely. I will say though, it's a little bit harder to suspend your disbelief when you see like the wooden planks and you're like, Dorothy can hear every word they're saying.
You're like, she's right under there. She's experiencing whatever is happening.
And she's just
She's
like, get me out.
Whatever is happening.
Oh my god, have you seen the meme
Out.
of like why Elphaba might hate Dorothy because this freaking dog is on a leash and it doesn't talk?
Yes.
So she's like trying to rescue Toto and she's so mad at this poor little child.
Yeah. This girl's like, what are you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
I really liked No Good Deed.
Yes.
I think that Cynthia did great with it.
I think so too.
For the most part of it, I think there was some points the visuals got a little too much for what was happening.
CGI heavy.
The visuals of the Grimmery at the beginning of it were fantastic.
Really, really cool.
It was so cool.
I have a few grievances with that. Mm-hmm. For the first time I watched it, with the exception of the missing Elphaba yell. Because for those of you who don't know, in the musical, it's this really cool transition where Glenda yells, Firo! And then it mixes with Elphaba's Firo! And it's really, really sick. It's such a cool moment. And we got Glenda's Firo, and then for whatever reason, they didn't give us Elphaba's, which
is such a cool film transition, too. It's not like it would be too much for it. It would be perfect.
Well, because like what they did in the end, what they did at the end with when they were singing the duet of the reprise, gorgeous. That was perfect. I don't know why they couldn't have done it there. It just
agreed.
I think we just go ahead and move on to the bads because we're already going there, and then we'll discuss
I think so.
Whole.
Yeah.
So I'll let you kick it off.
All right. So I think this movie needed to be like 25 minutes shorter.
Agreed.
I think there was a lot of unnecessary fluff. There was a lot of unnecessary scenes. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't need to see young Galinda.
No.
I'm so sorry, I didn't need to see that. That's,
and
like we know.
I am
know
a Galinda
everything.
girl through and through. And I was like, the little girl was fantastic. She was very,
she was
very well cast. She was so cute. We didn't need it.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the scenes with Morrible, a lot of scenes with the wizard, some of them added some things, but a lot of them just were not necessary. I think that, like part one of the major problems was the musical sequences had such long stretches of dialogue.
Yes.
Cutting into the middle. As Long As You're Mine and Thank Goodness especially. It's not like, of course, in the musical, there's a whole scene during Thank Goodness, but it moves along with the music.
It was really slow.
It was so slow. I was like, we just have to have I think also the thing that kind of ruined it was removing the Morrible verse.
Yep.
Because because everything with the Morrible verse had to be explained in the scenes before, which then added to a 10-minute scene.
Yes.
And then the whole Firo thing got elongated. I was like, we could have moved that along very quickly.
And I loved that scene between the two of them. They had such wonderful chemistry, and I thought the way that Ariana played it was perfect, and Jonathan Bailey, of course, is perfect in everything that he does. He was another standout for me. But thank goodness that's my favorite song in the musical. And
same.
It felt like it was dragging. And I think part of that too is it took 20 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
That is the opening number of Act 2. We're 20 minutes in, it hasn't started yet. Get the ball rolling.
Yep.
I also I hated the little Wizard and I reprise that they added in the beginning.
I was just gonna say that. Yep.
What was that?
Every Day More Wicked new opening sequence. It was too much. Just get to the point.
Like, when I find the wizard, like what we know. We don't need that. I didn't mind the cutesy little Glenda moment with I thought that was cute with her friends, and even the weird, like, entering with the laws. I thought it was cheesy, but I thought it worked.
Yeah. I think just overall, we were taking too long to get to Thank Goodness. It should have opened with her. Also, I don't like that Thank Goodness happened in Munchkinland.
Right?
I didn't like that. It should have been in the Emerald City. Like, why would she be announcing her engagement
In Munchkinland.
in Munchkinland? Yeah,
And
why
you're telling
wouldn't she
me
be doing it in the
Bach
Emerald
wouldn't
City?
be there?
Like, right? And that's what I thought was happening, when during that whole opening sequence, like, he was in his Winky Prince uniform, they did that whole, like, march thing, whatever. And then they just, 20 minutes of scenes, and then they're in Munchkinland. I was like, we could have just opened with her addressing everyone in the Emerald City. We didn't even need the opening of them building the Yellow Brick Road. I thought that was unnecessary too.
And why was she wearing her bubble dress for that?
Yes.
That blue, and I guess that wasn't technically her bubble dress, but that was the dress she wore
The
for
blue
good.
dress.
The blue dress.
Yeah.
Does she not? Glinda has so many outfits. Why did she wear that for like 4 different scenes?
Mm-hmm.
What was up with that?
I know. And I saw, like, of course, they cut that pink outfit.
That awful pink
The fluffy cupcake one, which we don't really like.
I hate it. I was okay that it was gone.
Yeah.
And I was glad that wasn't a thank goodness outfit. But I was really hoping that her cute little pink number that she came out in for the opening was going to be the thank goodness outfit, because it actually had pieces that were very reminiscent of what she wears in the musical in terms of like the tailoring of it. It was pink and not green, but which is also one of my favorite costumes in the show.
Yes, exactly.
Let my girl wear green. Sorry.
Yes, I was just going to say the pink, of course, is great. Of course, that's the more marketable thing when you think of Glinda. But I wish they just gave a little more variety in her costume palette.
And not just the blue and purple dress that she wore, like,
yes,
4 times
in the movie. Yeah.
Like, she changed out of it and then changed back in multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I
was like, is this the only thing she's allowed to wear now?
I know. Like, did they not make her any other dresses to wear in the damn bubble other than the pink one?
Paul Tazwell probably spent all his budget on part 1, giving her all those outfits. So for part 2, they said you get.
So true.
You get like 2 outfits. Sorry.
And they were beautiful. The costume design was excellent. The Fiero makeup is not, okay, in the pictures, it's not that bad. But then in the movie, something with the lighting.
It's so weird. And he looks like Ryan Reynolds. Why does he look like Ryan Reynolds? He literally looks like Ryan Reynolds.
He does.
As Wade Wilson.
I know.
Like, he does look like
Ryan Reynolds off of the podcast.
Off of the podcast. Ryan Reynolds, if you're listening to this, we're fighting. We're fighting.
We are beefing with Ryan Reynolds on this podcast.
I will fight you.
You will beat us, but it's...
We could take him down.
We can take him. We can take Ryan.
In a fight.
We don't, for legal reasons, this is all a joke.
Yeah,
we do not actually want to fight Ryan Reynolds.
Just kidding sticker. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. Post this on your podcast so everyone knows you're just kidding.
So you're a Nessa girly. Shall we discuss The Wicked Witch of the East?
Yes, we shall. Because I've been waiting for an official recording of Wicked Witch of the East for many years now.
Mm-hmm. And at what cost?
And at what cost? Melissa Bodie, peace and love to her. It's wonderful that they cast a wheelchair user.
She seems like a beautiful person. We're going to add that. I love
person.
her on TikTok. She's adorable. I think she's a fine actress.
Yeah. The thing is, she's way too nice to be playing Nessa Rose.
Agreed.
The Wicked Witch of the East.
And it worked in part 1.
It worked in part 1. Part 2, there was no character development. Which, if you are familiar with the musical, The Wicked Witch of the East is like her psychotic break. When that song starts, she's at such a heightened level. Like, she could easily just kill Alphaba right there.
And she basically kills Fuck. That's how mad she is.
And she basically,
Fuck.
And of course, yes, I think that it was a good decision to change the language of the song to not be harmful towards non-able-bodied people, to wheelchair users, when in the musical she's singing this horrible oh, my life depending on you. How do you think that feels? Oh, my life depending on you. And this terrible chair. Is it terrible chair with wheels? Whatever the lyric is.
Something like that. However,
and this terrible chair with wheels. But I get changing her motivation to be like, I had to stay in this chair. I was disabled all my life and you didn't help me. To changing it to, I just want to have a life with someone who I thought loved me and I want to feel that again, but you could add the anger into it. You could have kept in the, all my life depended on you. How do you think that feels? Because she says that line. And I thought we were going there. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. And then it was like, when I danced at the Oz just, and I was like, what is happening? I was like, you're supposed to be pissed off right now.
No, the music just started playing and it was this pretty little trill. And I was like, are we in Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella right now? What is...
Yeah.
It was giving...
I was like,
he's
why are we
tall,
getting
he was tall, and his eyes were bright and blue. And I was like...
Literally.
No, this is her mental breakdown. This is...
Mm-hmm.
Like, like you said, I understand what they were trying to do. However, a lot of what I had seen from people online when they announced that they were changing it, like wheelchair users included, they're like, again, I don't want to speak for anybody.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no one seemed to have an issue with it because it was... She's allowed to feel that way. She doesn't...
Yeah.
Nessa is not a role model, okay?
No.
Nessa is not someone we're supposed to look up to as, like, perfect representation of a non-able-bodied person. Like, she's full of resentment, anger, hatred. So it makes sense that all of a sudden she's like, oh, all of my problems are because I'm in a chair. Because even if you go back to part 1, like, it's because I'm in this chair and you felt sorry for me. Well, isn't that right?
Yeah.
She feels like she's been coddled her whole life because she's in a chair. And it
it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they kept that lyric in.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And And I do see both sides of it. Like, I get why it could be harmful, but at the same time, it is like the reason a lot of the Nessas I've seen interpret it is because she has been coddled her whole life. It's a lot of the way she's been looked at is because she was in a wheelchair.
And it's not like Oz is a very accepting place. Like,
no.
Let's be real. I don't think it's a very easy existence as a non-able-bodied person. I don't see Oz as a place where they have a lot of ramps, you know? Or
no,
they
I don't
care
think
about ADA compliance.
No.
No.
I don't think Oz is an accessible city.
No. She's also, like, grieving the loss of her father, grieving the downfall of her sister. She's not really in the right mental space, but I still think they could have kept the song the same and made it to Where She Flies. What I was hoping for was another, like, well, everyone deserves the chance to fly, and bringing that back.
I was just going to say that.
I was
just going to say that.
Perfect opportunity for that, and it would have still had the same impact.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's like, you can fly.
Yeah.
She's like, you can fly. Why can't I?
Why can't
she's like, why did you get all this magic? I don't. What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And, like, it goes back to the point, who's the real wicked one in the story? It's not Elphaba. It's Nessa Rose and Madame Morrible. Flip it around. Wicked witch.
Yes.
I've been waiting to make that reference all podcast.
Wicked witch. Hi, puppy. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Luna. Luna has wicked opinions. Do you have any opinions, Luna? She hasn't. She needs to have some. I want to hear her opinions on the animals.
She wasn't. I'm sure she has many on the animals and how they were treated.
She must be a Dulcie Bear stan. I know she is.
Dulcie Bear came back. She came back. That's all the scene should have been.
Gasped.
We all, like, clenched. I went to see it with a bunch of our other friends, and we all, like, held hands in the theater the entire time and, like, squealed, and we were kicking our feet. And then the song started.
Dulcie Bear.
Sorry, we'll get into No Place Like Home in a minute. I would finish our thoughts on the governor's mansion.
I did like the scene with Bach trying to get on the train. That was a great addition to that. Like I said, everything with Ethan Slater. Everything with Ethan Slater ate down. And Ethan Slater should have gotten, the 20 minutes that should have been cut, bring it back in and just make it like Bach. Just
give
all
us
Bach.
10 more minutes of Bach and give us a Fierro solo song.
Me and Bach. Did you see the girl on TikTok? The girl who did the Bach lookalike contest last year?
Yes, I did.
Made a video. She goes, save him, please, please save him. My poor Bach, my sweet, my brave him. What? Stop pissing me off. What do you mean, my brave him? That girl's hatred for Bach is quite
This
possibly the
is
funniest thing on TikTok.
what I will give my flowers to this movie for actually making me enjoy Bach. I've always
Yes.
hated him so much where I would throw him off a bridge.
Yes.
Straight up. But
we are so sorry, Chris Fitzgerald. We are so sorry you started that from every Bach further we have hated you, but we love you guys.
Ethan Slater, you were fantastic because you got his motivation too.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, you know what? You don't understand. They made it really horrifying. Him turning into 10. In the musical, it doesn't quite, the transition's amazing in the show, but
yes,
it doesn't quite hit you just how traumatizing that is. And during March of the Witch Hunters, when he does that moment, and he looks up with Glenda, and they look, and he doesn't recognize him. So good. So good. Okay, back. We're going back. I will say, look, it's okay to change the key to sound better in someone's voice. However, I am not okay with changing the key when it gets rid of the intensity of the song.
Yes. And then to make up for that by putting a drum beat behind. What was save him? Please just save him. What was that?
They also cut Elphaba's little spell harmony, which is so cool.
I know. And I was looking forward to that. It's one of the most beautifully written moments in the show. But no.
And Cynthia would have sounded gorgeous. It was just, that was the scene that really, I was having an issue with the pacing, which is to be expected, but whatever. I was like, okay, they're gonna pick it up. They're gonna pick it up. Here we go. This is where the plot starts moving. And then it fell so flat. Speaking of flat vocals, they really, no, I love you, Michelle Yeoh. I loved you so much. What was that? I understand you're not a singer. So but you're an actress. Why can't you sing it? Why were you trying to actually sing? They did use, I don't even blame her. I don't blame her at all.
No, I blame John Chu.
John Chu, I have a personal vendetta against you because of what you did to Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, because it could have been totally fine, or they could have just rewrote, they could have done it a different way.
Yeah.
It made her look bad, and I'm like,
such a powerful and dynamic actress.
Yes.
And
she didn't deserve that.
It really weakened her.
It did. And I feel like if it was for anything, I think that her and Kiala Settle should have swapped roles. Michelle Yeoh should have been, who is it, Mrs. Coddle?
Or if they wanted to maintain strong Asian representation, cast Lea Salonga.
Yeah.
She's never really played that kind of role before, but she could do it.
Yeah. And Kiala Settle, she is part Asian, I believe. And that was having a POC as Madame Morrible. She's perfect. She was right there. She was in a role where she said 2 lines. And it's not like Kiala Settle's a small name. This is me.
Yeah.
Do you hear this song? This is me. That's a recognizable voice. And put her on the part, and thank goodness, in Wizard and I, in everything. You could give her a little part in March of the Witch Hunters, even more than just God's Fortune Witch Hunters, which got cut, and I was so mad.
Because Kiala is such a strong character actress, and I think Michelle Yeoh, she's not a character actress. She's a very
no, she's not
powerful, Michelle Yeoh could play a Maleficent.
Yes.
These soft-spoken, powerful, terrifying women, which is exactly what she was in Crazy Rich Asians, or really sweet, heartfelt characters in Everything Everywhere All at Once, where she was unbelievably perfect. But she's very soft-spoken, and Morrible is big and boisterous and obnoxious.
Yes, she is. Also, correction, because I looked it up, Kiala Settle is Hawaiian, Indigenous Morai, and a New Zealander.
Okay. But still...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still technically a person of color.
Yes.
My theory, I think Kiala was Universal's choice. And I think
she was.
Michelle was John's choice. And he was like, let me have this one. Because he wanted to cast his friend.
Yeah, because, no, Greatest Showman's Fox. Grisham's Fox. I was like, didn't Universal hire for Grisham? And no, it's Fox because Disney
No,
fully
but
has the rights to that
but
movie now.
still, like,
But I was like, oh, Taylor Tuttle.
she's
She
here.
definitely was in the room for Morrible, and they said, hey, we want to put you in this movie. We'll give you Miss Cottle.
Should have been Marble. Should have been
Should have
Marble.
been Morrible. And what do you think of Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard? Because I think he was great casting because he just played himself.
Obsessed. I actually loved
I'm
Wonderful.
obsessed with him.
I know some people had an issue with Glinda's audition, but I'm like, I actually enjoyed the number because she was there. Normally I fall asleep during Wonderful.
No, same. I thought it was perfectly fine.
Is there a car
and I'm like, Jeff
pulled into your
Goldblum.
driveway?
I think so, yeah.
It's okay. It's a podcast. No one cares. It just got really loud.
Shush up. We're trying to talk about Wicked.
Wow.
It's one of the neighbors' cars. It's very loud.
Welcome to Texas.
It's cold here.
I know. It gets
cold
that way.
here. I can't believe
people underestimate how cold it gets in Texas. I'm sorry.
We did a show and it was 45 degrees when we did the show 2 nights ago.
I'm so sorry.
Hooray.
And you're outside for the show, right? The whole
What?
show's like outside, right?
Yeah, it's in an amphitheater, so only like the back wall's open, everything else is covered, but still, the wind
still
blows
cold.
and you feel it. Yeah.
But yeah, I love Jeff Goldblum. I thought he was great.
Me too. Me too.
I actually think he has a really nice tone to his voice. Like, it was very
He does. Like,
pleasant.
he has a history doing like jazz music and stuff.
I love that man.
Yeah.
We went back and watched like all of the original Jurassic Parks, which is very fun because I'd never seen the second one or the third one.
Oh, you haven't?
I had never seen it, and the third one
is scary.
Third one is scary. It's not good.
It's not good, but when the ringtone goes off,
terrifying.
Nightmares.
Absolutely
terrifying. Nightmares. Jeff Goldblum is so hot in those movies.
Oh my god. I know.
Jeff Goldblum is still hot.
The CGI face was scary, though. That was a bad.
That was scary.
I think they ran out of budget.
I think they did. And it's so funny because the guy who was like the actual body for that looks just like him.
So it's the same thing that they did with freaking Luke and the Mandalorian.
With Luke, yep.
I don't know what that guy's name is, but
they just need to cast him.
Yeah. I love you,
he looks just like Mark Hamill.
He looks just like him. He honestly looks more like Mark Hamill than Mark Hamill does. Because Mark Hamill doesn't even look like Mark Hamill because of the accident that changed his face after episode 4. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, little scary, terrifying. It always ends up back in Star Wars. Wonderful.
They call you wonderful.
The Star Wars Wicked edits have been incredible, though.
They've been amazing.
I've sent you so many. Yeah. The Anakin and Ahsoka one made me cry. I had literally, I think you, Jack, Caroline, a couple other people sent it to me. I was like, stop sending me this. I'm going to cry. There's a, oh no. Okay, I was like, there's a Rebels one. I was like, yes, I did send you the Kanan and Ezra one.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't watch it. I started it and I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I'm not messing with that.
Did I send you the Wanda and Vision one? That one hurt. That one really hurts.
No.
You'll be with me.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Stop it. Now that For Good is like back in popularity, I just cry every day.
I know. I was worried the second viewing that I wasn't going to cry during that song. I still did. So they did that. They did that.
Yeah. Like you can't really mess up For Good.
No. If it's not clear, we love Wicked. Like a lot.
We
do. Our grievances with the movie
fans.
Come from how much we love the show. And
yes,
my disappointment comes from I'm not one of those people who's against change in terms of like I used to be when I was younger with like any sort of like they would alter from the script slightly and I would throw a fit because I was 13. But as an adult, I don't feel that way anymore. And I was actually really excited to see what they changed and how they could improve upon it because I genuinely felt like they improved upon part 1.
Agreed.
And so I was going in with really high expectations and it just didn't live up to it. And I was a really major grievance that I had this time around. And it pains me to say because vocally she was flawless. I was not impressed with Cynthia's performance. When she was with Ariana and the two of them are together, I think they are electric because you can tell like how much love they have for each other. Watch the interviews.
Exactly. Yes.
However, like it was really, really evident during As Long As You're Mine that I felt like Jonathan had chemistry with her, but she was giving him nothing.
I agree. And as you know, Jonathan Bailey has chemistry with like a brick wall. Like he can charm
literally
anything. Anything. I felt the exact same way. And I remember we talked about this a couple days ago, but we talked about how in Act 1, we felt that Cynthia made Alphaba too cool.
Yes.
So then her change to Act 2, there was like not really a huge character change, which I so agree with.
Yeah.
Like she needed to be more dorky, nerdy outcast.
Which I don't think Cynthia has ever been, because Cynthia is a very talented,
she's so cool,
charismatic, like just naturally like impressive and powerful person. And
yes.
Elphaba is supposed to be that in Act 2.
Yes.
And I feel like that choice can work in Act 1 if you allow her to lose her mind a little and make her a little more witchy, a little spookier. You can't just go for sexy Elphaba, which is what most actresses do, because they make Act 1 Elphaba so nerdy and like awkward that when she has confidence now, she's cool, she's sexy, she's fun, and it was the same character in Act 1 and Act 2. And
agreed.
That is probably my grievance with No Good Deed. She sounded too perfect. It was vocally one of the most impressive things I've heard in my life.
Yes.
That song needs to be messier.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that made that seem too perfect was the use of auto-tune, which they use for both movies.
Yes.
Which I don't think these girls need. These girls don't need auto-tune.
My God! Cynthia Erivo does not need auto-tune.
No. And I think it makes Ariana in some of the songs sound like her voice is weaker than it is. Because I saw the Wicked special that they had a couple weeks ago. Her voice sounds so much fuller.
I agree. Also, weirdly enough, like, I don't think Ariana sang Thank Goodness in a pop style. But with the auto-tune, it made her sound poppier, which I know is not what she wanted. And then when you listen to her sing it live, it's
so
her rendition. Her live rendition of Thank Goodness was so perfect. It was so soft and beautiful, and she understands the character so well. Like, my God.
Yeah. And I know there's always controversy. Me too. She, like, just a fantastic choice for Glinda. I knew it. We knew it.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's my thing. Like, I'm eating my words completely. And I think that's why Cynthia is making me as sad as it is, because going into it, when I got the casting, I was like, Cynthia, my God, that is the most perfect casting choice ever. Why did they cast Ariana? And I walked away being disappointed with Cynthia, and Ariana blew me out of the water. Yeah. And I hate that I feel that way, because I think Cynthia Erivo is one of the most talented actresses of our generation. So I don't know if maybe they picked the wrong takes, like if they didn't let her be messy. Like,
I feel like they didn't let her be messy. And I think that a lot of the more quote unquote messier scenes went to Glinda.
I would agree.
I feel like we got to see Glinda be a mess.
And she should be a mess. She is a mess.
She should be. She is. She is. Also, I was going to say before, I know it's always a controversy when they do live vocals on a set. I think they should have done it for this movie.
Did they only do that for part 1?
Well, if they did it, did they do it? Did they actually
sang live? Yeah. They sang live for both parts, I'm pretty sure. They just went back and edited the live takes. So I think, the takes were mixed, but they sang live on the set.
Well, they did. I thought they were going to, and then they didn't.
I don't know.
Because it doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like it.
No, it doesn't. In the first part, it did. As far as I know, they did sing live on the set, whether or not that was the take that was used. But that was very important to both of them, was that their takes were live.
Because it doesn't sound like, in Les Mis.
Let me look that up. Well, no, but that's because they didn't edit the vocals. I dreamed a dream. Time gone by. Okay, did they sing live in Wicked for Good. Yes, they did. They sang
It
live.
doesn't
They just
sound-
went. It's because they freaking went back and auto-tuned the crap out of it.
Yeah. I was like, they didn't need auto-tuning.
No, and that's probably why. Like, my biggest issue with For Good, the song, was like, why isn't Elphaba belting here? Why is she in her mix? It was lovely, but I'm like, it should be bigger. It should be bigger. And I'm thinking that was not Cynthia's fault. And look, I am all for pushing the Gelfie agenda. Okay?
Yes.
I'm always here for that. But even in that instance, in order for the show to work, Elphaba has to at least come across as a bisexual. And I did not get the indication that she was interested in Fiyero. I didn't, like,
no.
Wait, let's talk about As Long As You're Mine. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The first thing I'm going to go into, my God, I almost left the theater. I'm not even going to lie. My favorite transition in all of musical theater history is I'm Not That Girl into the beat drop of As Long As You're Mine. It is, I get
so perfect.
chills every single time. And it was built perfectly. They didn't add a scene. They didn't add anything. As soon as that outro for I'm Not That Girl reprise started, I almost left. I fully almost left.
No, me too.
I was so...
And then it started into As Long As You're Mine. But, like, it was slow. Like, what? Wait, what happened? Like,
do. It was ba 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 da da.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be in your face, and it was like a slow, lax version, which I was like, okay, maybe they're making it sexy. Like, if he had started like kissing her neck or something, and there was like some foreplay going on,
there was nothing.
Also,
this is what happened. This is what happened for those of you who have not seen this film yet, or
just like, if you haven't seen it, why are you listening to this? Because we're spoiling everything.
So in the musical, it starts, they're making out, they're sucking face. It's hot in here.
They're on top of each other.
Because they're on top of each other.
Let's set the stage for a second here.
Yes.
This is Elphaba's first time being touched ever by this like man that she's in love with. Okay, this girl is like in her like early 20s. This is her first kiss, her first everything, her first.
Girl was repressed.
Girl is hungry. Okay, and this man
everyone
is
hates
gorgeous.
her. Yes,
she's been alone.
Everyone hates her.
So I will now go. Now that we've set the stage, go.
Yes. So then, the musical version. I'm Not the Girl ends. Glinda cries. We get a slow transition to Elphaba's treehouse thing. The very soft melody of As Long As You're Mine.
Billowing.
And what happens? They walk away from each other.
Kiss me too fiercely, hold me too tight. He's not touching you. He hasn't touched you yet. You're not in the same room.
No, she removes one layer of clothing and walks away from him.
I get it. Y'all want that PG rating. But look, and I understand like the pulling away to build tension. Sure, you can do that. But the way you do that, they're making out at the start of the scene. You've got to have the moment before.
Yes.
And then she could pull away and like, it could be a moment of like, okay, wait a second. If we're going to do this, these are my requirements from you. And like, it could be this little playful thing. That's a fun choice. And that's different than what they do in the stage show. And it just didn't work.
No. The words kiss me too fiercely when there was no kissing happening. And
he's not touching you.
They definitely weren't doing that before the scene. I don't believe it. They rode over on Fiyero's horse over there. There was no kissing too fiercely, no holding too tight. It wasn't like Belly and Conrad going up the staircase in Paris. That didn't happen at Elphaba's treehouse. That did not happen.
It did not. And why?
That's what I wanted from As Long As You're Mine. I wanted the Belly and Conrad dress scene.
That's a PG-13 rating, okay? It doesn't need to be PG. Parents will take their kids. Okay.
Yes. There were so many children in my theater, and I was kind of scared for what was going to happen, because when I saw it, the first time I saw it, there were so many children. Like, so many to the point, like, when Elphaba and Glinda were having the cat fight, they were like, why are they being so mean to each other? Why are they yelling? Like, talking about everything that happened. They're like, Glinda's dress is so pretty. So I was like, oh my God, Fiyero and Elphaba are about to do things on the screen. And then I was like, oh, they really said PG. They really said PG.
It was so family friendly.
Okay.
Like, what was No, it pissed me off. And I didn't. I didn't get the impression that Cynthia's Elphaba was interested in him.
No.
Like, it very
No.
much, there was such an awkward energy between the two of them when he's like coming up behind her. It
Yes.
almost felt creepy.
Yes. You know what it needed to have? And people are making the comparison online is in Glee when Santana and and Sebastian sing Smooth Criminal, even though there was no sexual intent behind it.
Oh,
That
chemistry.
should be the chemistry that everyone has in whatever they do, is Santana and Sebastian singing. And are you okay? Tell us if you're okay.
It was also the way that she said, like, for the first time in my life, I feel wicked. Like,
Yeah.
go girl, give us nothing.
I don't believe that's the first time you feel wicked.
No, it wasn't. And there was
I
no
saw
like playful like intent behind it. Like nothing. It just, I'm like, I get it. Both, because again, both Cynthia and Ariana are very strong for the Gelfie agenda. And I am too. I am very pro the Gelfie agenda.
Yes.
But she's got to love Fiyero. She's got to be
does.
attracted to Fiyero. That is a huge, huge part of the plot, because if she wasn't unbelievably in love with him, she wouldn't take her best friend's man on her wedding day. Can we talk about that, Shane?
Because her wedding day was crazy.
Like, so if you've never seen the stage show, but you've seen the movie, okay? In the show, it seems very much like you never think Fiyero is actually intending to go through with the wedding. Glenda doesn't wear a wedding dress. She has this really pretty blue, like green gown. It's my favorite dress in the entire show. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. She has this beautiful dress on. We think it's maybe like an engagement party. That's kind of the vibe that it gives off. It's certainly not a wedding. So now, like, if the animals hadn't interrupted the ceremony, he fully was going to marry her. And then what? Would he have said his vows and then left her and had sex with another woman on their fucking wedding night?
Yep.
Like,
yep. That change was insane. I have a friend who
I shouldn't be thinking about Glenda's feelings during As Long As You're Mine, because I'm supposed to be so like, this is really... But I didn't get that. Your friend.
No. Yes. My friend who has never seen the musical was like so thrown off by that whole thing. She was like, Alpha's not a girl's girl. I'm like, that's what it comes off as now. Alpha is not a girl's girl.
Alpha's not a girl's girl.
She steals her friends
on the wedding day. Like,
I also sent.
That was a choice. That was it was a very powerful choice for I'm Not That Girl reprise. It made that song so beautiful and heartbreaking. But I felt icky watching As Long As You're Mine.
Me too.
I wasn't here for it. And that's the first time I've ever felt that way watching the show.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that Ariana and Jonathan have really good chemistry.
Yeah.
And Jonathan and Cynthia don't. And Elphaba and Fiyero are supposed to be so electric. Because that's the whole point, is like, she doesn't want to hurt her friend, and he doesn't want to hurt Glenda either, but they've been in love the entire time. The entire time they've been in love, and you don't, it doesn't come across. It feels forced.
It does. You know who's a really good As Long As You're Mine Alphaba? Mary-Kate Morrissey.
Of course she is.
She is. My, like, after first Alphaba, I came across the bootleg of her doing it. Her and John Letts, the current Fiyero, I think that's John Letts.
I'm not sure.
She plays Alpha very clearly as someone who has never experienced touch like that before.
Good.
And it's insane. And I said that to my friend I was just talking about. I was like, this is how As Long As Your Mind's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this. It was like Alphaba was a bit like awkward at because she did not, this is new to her. It was also hot as fuck. And it's literally like Fiyero guiding her through it. It's supposed to be like that.
That's how it's supposed to be.
It's so hot. And I'm like, oh my God, Mary-Kate Morrissey's she's a perfect alphabet. She is a
Yes, she
perfect
is.
alphabet, and just like how she crafted her journey with that character. Like Act 1, she is so awkward. She is such an outcast. Act 2, she's that more confident. But when you get to As Long as Mine, that facade goes down because she's with someone she's comfortable with.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And I cannot stress enough. I love Cynthia Erivo. I think she's so, so talented. It wasn't doing it for me in this movie. And I had such high expectations for her too, and I think that's part of why I'm really disappointed. Like, I really, that is one of my favorite musical theater duets ever. And
Mine too.
just, it wasn't. Vocally, they were amazing. It is a perfect vocal rendition. I was clutching my pearls at everything that they were singing, because they sounded glorious and blended perfectly.
Especially Jonathan. His vocals were popping off.
Yes, they were. It was, oh my gosh, it was amazing. And they blended together really well, except on the last note.
Yeah.
I could hear both of their voices a little too separately, which is weird. I think that was an editing thing. I don't think that was them. We briefly talked, the new songs, we didn't need them. Why is Elf?
We don't even have to go in much detail. I'm sorry, Steven Schwartz, you lost your magic touch with those.
I don't know what that was.
I mean, between that, between those
the
Queen of Versailles, which is now closing, Steven Schwartz, I'm so sorry.
Kristen Chenoweth is in her flop era.
Apparently I found out today that woman in real life is like supposed to be plus size, and she's not supposed to be like this very thin, tiny woman. And there's literally a song in the musical about like her feeling insecure in her body because she feels ugly compared to other women.
And you cast Kristen Chenoweth,
right?
Get out of here. Get out of here. There's that weird moment in No Place Like Home where it fully sounded like Pippin for a second. Like they started playing the main theme of Pippin.
Yes.
And I was like, for like just a split second, I was like, I know those chords. I know what that is.
He's reheating his own nachos.
He's reheating his nachos with Pasek and Paul lyrics. I was like, this is not The Greatest Showman, okay? Why is everything so
and even the Greatest
nose?
Even The Greatest Showman had better lyrics.
It did. At least
I'm a hater. I am
a Greatest Showman hater. I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry to everyone.
Like I said, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. Hey, it is not. I love being a hater, but I hate being a hater.
Just think about Hugh Jackman now. Tell me, do you wanna go? Guys, if we haven't talked about it yet, Chloe, Matt, Bia, Dimitri, and Ellie got me a cameo from Joey Morph, the Hugh Jackman impersonation guy on TikTok.
Did you see?
It's a 4-minute long video.
Did you see his last TikTok where he said, I forget which Christmas song it was, but he did a duet with himself and Mort singing all the background vocals?
Yes, it was, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, King Julie.
That was actually good. That was a pretty solid Mort.
It was. What was the other one he did? Oh my god, he did
that man.
The commercial jingles as Hugh Jackman, and he goes, the best part of waking up is Logan in your cup.
Well, we could not be stopped when they... What is that new movie he's in with Kate Hudson about?
Oh my god. The Sweet Caroline. Yep. We're about to get so much content from him singing Sweet Caroline. I can't wait.
Oh my god, I hope that's not too loud. I apologize to your ears if it was.
We're so sorry for Hugh Jackmaning.
When you Hugh Jackman too close to this.
I made everyone in my cast who weren't aware of this happening. I made them watch all the videos, and now we Hugh Jackman all the time in the dressing room. Anyway, do we have any more thoughts about Wicked?
Actually, I do have another grievance.
Mm-hmm.
The ending was perfect, but also it took way too long. Like,
yes,
it took so long to get to the reprise. Like, go, move.
Yeah, move on. And the second time I saw it, I was like, oh my god, why is there so much? I forgot how much there was. Let's go. Leave us.
So that was, other than that, I thought the ending was perfect. The third act was great. Just get rid of Girl in the Bubble. You don't need it. It throws up
Yeah.
the momentum of the March of the Witch Hunters. And also, like, Glinda's, like, redemption comes way too early that way because she's supposed to come to terms with everything. Like, for good is supposed to be the moment that really changes everything for her. And, like, where it all settles in losing Elphaba and being given the Grimoire, that's when everything clicks. And that's when she realizes, I have to make a change. It's not, here's that beautiful girl with her beautiful life built on lies. What is that? What?
I don't understand what you're saying. Bubble, a bright, shiny bubble.
Isn't it time
The
for her
bubble,
bubble? I don't like
I
it.
don't like it.
I don't like it. It's not necessary. I love you, Ariana. I love you, Stephen.
I don't like this song.
The song's boring.
One last thing, I need to pull up my list of the things I was sad were missing.
Yes. I also
It's very
counted
important.
5
Alright.
clock ticks. They said it 5 times.
5 clock ticks. So the 5. This is the list of things that I'm sad we're missing from Act 2 of Wicked in Wicked for Good.
Yes.
When Madame Horrible screams, "Good fortune, witch hunters!"
Correct.
The what? And thank goodness, which, if you know, you know. The overlapping Fiera, which we talked about. The transition from I'm Not That Girl, reprised to As Long As You're Mine. The orchestrations of Wicked Witch of the East, and the Elphaba spell moment. And the Horrible verse, and thank goodness.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. All of those things were dearly missed.
Yes. And the Artichoke Esteem line, which should have been in Act 2.
Great.
They should have
great
done it during the
line.
cat fight.
Great line.
All right.
Also, it's
those
just
are
that
thoughts.
one road the whole way. I hope
Yes.
that's right. I'm so bad at directions. Hilarious. Hilarious. I missed it. But yeah,
Well,
7
I
out
think
of
we
10.
should talk about.
I think just to wrap it up and then we'll move on to Stranger Things.
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
it should have all just been one 3.5-hour movie.
Agreed.
Even if that meant cutting a few
Agreed.
songs, which would have hurt me. But honestly, I would have rather Wicked Witch of the East be cut than what that was. Sorry.
Yes.
But anyways, I wish we liked it
Yay.
more. If you loved it, please go on our Instagram. Tell us why you loved it, you know? Or tell us why you didn't like it if you agree with us.
Yeah.
We want to hear your thoughts. Write us a DM. Talk to us. We want to hear
Yes.
from you.
I'd give it out of 10. I'd probably give it like a 5.5, 6.
I'd give it a 7.5, so a little higher. But my girl was done right. Your girl was done wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So now, let's move on.
Let's move on. I'm sorry. I was like, let's move on. Because I know if you said one more thing, I would have been talking about Wicked for another.
I know. We really could have just done
minutes.
this whole episode on Wicked. We could go on for 30 more minutes, but we won't. We won't.
No.
No, we'll talk about Stranger Things.
No, let's talk about a never-ending story.
Okay.
If only could.
So we got Volume 1, 4 episodes. Lots has happened.
Yes.
I was a little bit
Lots has
confused when the first episode started because I really should have rewatched before starting because my gosh,
Me
has a lot
too.
gone on. Because I was like,
Same.
why is Joyce and Will and Jonathan living? Why are they living at the Wheelers? What's going on? And then I was like, all right, they sold their house at the end of season 3. They moved to California, and now they can't go back to California. So they got nowhere to go. Great, I'm caught up. I forgot all of that. You forgot that Max was in a coma.
I knew that she was. I knew she was down for the count, but I was like, oh my god, I forgot she was in a coma.
She's in a coma.
She's in a coma, and I'm like, I don't know, I forgot that because she's my favorite. But I was like, I just haven't watched this show in 3 years, so
I know. Ugh,
that's a
long
long
I
time.
forgot how good the show is too, because it's been so long. What is aired in 2016?
2016. That was my freshman year of college.
That was my sophomore year of high school.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You went to college and got married within that time.
Within that time. I know.
I went to college and went to many places around the world.
That is insane. Yeah. I went to college and I got married in the time it took for Stranger Things to come out. And I've been married for 6
Stranger
months.
Things was first airing. That's crazy. When Stranger Things first aired in 2016, when I was a freshman in college, is when the Killer Clowns epidemic was happening.
Yes!
And Snapchat stories weren't even available yet.
No. Summer I Turned Pretty. The entire show finished.
Yes.
What else happened? So many things happened in 2016. Makeup is completely different now.
Yep.
2016 makeup, not a thing anymore. Miss it though, low key.
But
Except for the
the
eyebrows.
fact that this show has been around for so long,
and there's only 5 seasons. I want to know how many seasons of Grey's Anatomy have come out in the time.
I think it's 10. I think it's 10 seasons because they do a season every year.
They do a season every year. So there've been, that's crazy.
But it's really sweet.
Succession finished. The entirety of Succession finished. I think Yellowstone finished. I'm trying to think of all of the shows. Wasn't
so many.
Vampire Diaries still airing?
I think so. Yeah. Once Upon a Time ended the year before.
My God.
Or ended that. Yeah.
When did I think you're right. I'm looking this up. Once Upon a Time finale. No, Once Upon a Time finale aired in 2018.
Still, Once Upon a Time was still on the air when this was coming out.
Was still on the air when Stranger Things. Let me look this up. Stranger Things season 1 air date. July.
It was like October, I think.
2016.
July. I wasn't even started at Cap yet. My good.
So I had just finished I was going into my junior year of high school. This was I was watching original Daredevil, I think.
My God.
What Marvel movies came out in 2016? Let's just
Civil War.
Yep, it was Civil War.
Ragnarok was 17.
Because I went to see that. I went to see that with my abusive ex-boyfriend, who I dated in 2016. I was in Heathers that year. Or in 2017. No, I was in Heathers in 2016.
I was in Carousel. God. Doctor Strange came out that year, and the first Deadpool movie, and X-Men Apocalypse.
Ryan Reynolds.
Cheat on your wife.
Sutton Foster. I'm so sorry.
But never had an original thought. Never had original thought. All that to say, we've seen these kids literally be babies to now. Like
Millie Bobby Brown is married and has an adopted baby.
Yes.
She's a mother.
That's crazy. Sadie Sink has a Tony Award nomination.
Joe Keery started a music career.
And I saw Sadie Sink when she was like a baby on Broadway in Annie. I saw Gaten when he was a baby in Les Mis. And then I got to see him in Sweeney.
Such a talented boy.
Okay, such a talented boy. He was the best part of that revival, I will say. One of the best parts.
Yeah, that revival was We're not here to talk about the Swedish revival. We're not here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about that. We're not talking about how Norm Lewis should have been cast. Whatever. We're not doing that.
Should we?
All thoughts. Let's go back.
Should we actually talk about what happened in the new season?
Yeah, let's talk about what happened. So much happened. So much happened. If you haven't seen season 5, volume 1 of Stranger Things, first of all, go do that. But if you don't want any spoilers, don't listen to this because we're going to spoil everything. So, yes. Will is Vecna now.
Will is
basically.
Vecna.
He has, the streets were like, he has Eleven's powers. Nope. He's got Vecna powers.
He was quite literally seeing through the Vecna's and Demogorgon's eyes.
Yeah.
Like, he quite literally was projecting, his mind was being projected into their bodies.
Yep. That was insane. That blew my mind. And I'm like, I guess I should have seen that coming, but like, I didn't.
It took me by surprise.
I was like, ain't no way. Yeah.
So he is a host. His body is a host for Vecna now.
He's a Horcrux. Will Byers is a Horcrux. So, I fear he's screwed. I think
they all need to be saying their goodbyes.
Here's the thing. If they are kind of ripping off Harry Potter, then he's fine because they may be able to kill like the Upside Down and all of that, and he'll just lose his powers. They could go that route, kind of like Peter Quill in Guardians 2 when they kill his dad, he just loses his demigod status.
But also it could be, because we were discussing this the other day, it could be a Phoenix situation, because you did bring up to me that in the first season they do reference X-Men 134, which is the comic issue that we first see the Phoenix and everything with the Hellfire Club.
Here, yes,
and
yes. So let me give that
Yeah.
context real fast, and
Yes,
then I'll let you
explain.
continue.
Yes.
So I'm rewatching the entire show right now, and there is, in the very first scene, within like the first 10 minutes, Dustin and Will are racing on their bike, and Will wins, and he yells, "I'll take your X-Men 134!" And I was like, this show is known for Easter eggs. Let me look up what 134 is and what happens. And that is one of the Dark Phoenix comics, and involves the Hellfire Club, which blew my mind. And now I'll let Liv take over.
Yes. Which, if you don't know, the Hellfire Club in the context of X-Men is Emma Frost is part of it. It's Sebastian Shaw. They are basically the ones who want to awaken the Phoenix to take over Jean Grey. So that is obviously, like, a lot of it, people relate Jean to 11. But I think that after you brought this up, and I waited to tell you about this because I thought about this during that scene, is when it happened to Will, I think that is very much a Dark Phoenix scenario.
So
right
I had that same thought.
He is the host for Vecna, and Vecna is very much the Phoenix Force.
Yes.
And I think that is kind of what comes into play. And obviously, the Dark Phoenix saga ends in the multiple X-Men medias in different ways. In the comics, she dies for a very long time. In the first time they did in the movies, she dies. The second time I don't even remember what happens in Dark Phoenix, but
I gave that movie a 0.5 on Letterboxd.
Does she die? I don't know. But in the X-Men animated series, she does not die. Things happen that you haven't seen in that show yet, Chloe, but
yeah,
she does not die. Yeah,
Thank you.
No spoilers,
Good.
but
My
she
queen.
does.
My queen.
Yeah.
My queen Jean.
Yeah. Because obviously that it's happening soon where you're watching, but like
I know
there's
who does die.
There's 3 more seasons. Shut up. I can't believe you know that.
It's your fault.
But there's 3 more seasons. I know it's my fault. I know it's my fault.
Being a supportive friend and watching your makeup tutorial.
I should have. And I didn't even remember putting in that makeup tutorial. I don't even remember bringing up that situation, and I did.
You did. It's okay. Because you just can't help yourself.
I can't help myself. I was like, oh, yeah.
No. We just yap.
But
we just yap. That's why.
We just yap. But anyway, yeah. Obviously, like, when the Dark Phoenix saga happens in X-Men the Animated Series, there's 3 other seasons, and Jean's like the lead of that show. So, like, she can't die. Anyway, so if this is a Phoenix situation, Will is either really screwed or the power of friendship will help him recover.
The power of friendship.
Even in the comics, she does die, but then the power of friendship brings her back. So
I just remembered another wicked thing I wanted to say because of the power.
What? Say it.
They got married. You cannot tell me. I know that was supposed to be like a reference to the poster. Glinda had a veil, and Elphaba was wearing a groom cap, and there was a rainbow behind them. That was a marriage.
I thought you were talking about Nessa and Bach for a second. I don't know why.
They're not gay.
You're talking about Elf and Glinda. I thought you were talking about, why did my mind go to Nessa and Bach? Yes.
Anyway, sorry, back to Stranger Things. But on the topic of Will, my brain went to gay.
Yes.
Alas, Oh my gosh.
Speaking of marriage.
Oh my God, John.
Who had a ring? Jonathan has a ring.
He's screwed.
He's screwed. But also, were you the one who I was talking to about
the theory.
how you think the ring may be Hopper's?
Yes. So let me pull this up, because I was texting Liv about this, because someone, and look, this is the Swiftie in us. We can't help ourselves. Okay. And I feel like the Duffers have a touch of the Swiftyism in terms of how they go about things. So there's a weird pattern in Joyce and Hopper scenes. So like there's one scene that says, like, they say 37 crawls. When they first kiss, there's a crate that says 37 written on it. And then in season 3, when they're on the little spinny, vomity thing, I should know what that's called. I am a theme park enthusiast. I have no idea what that's called. But the weird G-force thing, the vehicle number is 37. So that episode was the 37th episode of the show. And at 37 minutes and 37 seconds on the dot is when they show the ring.
That's crazy.
So it's either an insane coincidence, or maybe he is holding on to a ring for Hopper and trying to safekeep it for him, for Joyce. I don't know. It would make more sense because Nancy's only 19. She's had conversations with Jonathan before about like how she doesn't want to marry young, blah, 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 blah. So I was kind of a little bit like, bro, what are you doing? Like, she's way too young. Don't do this to her. They're also not in a great place. Do you want to discuss this love triangle a little bit? Where we're feeling, where our head is at?
I don't love that they're doing the love triangle.
I don't either. But
I don't like it.
No, I don't either. I think Nancy deserves better than to be trapped in the middle of a love triangle. I do love that she's at least like very annoyed by the whole thing and it's the boys that are acting stupid. I think that's kind of funny. It's not her confused. She's just like, come on. I also do think a lot of it is it's more so Jonathan than it is Steve.
Because Steve, I think Steve has for the most part moved on. But
don't think
do you
Steve
think
has
he
moved.
has?
I don't think so. I think Steve is still very much in love with her. He just respects the hell out of her. And that's what
I think that's what it is.
Jonathan genuine advice. You know, like he was like, if you would stop focusing on me and actually focus on her, your relationship might actually be happy again. And I was like, he clocked that shit. He really
he did.
Jonathan's been pissing me off. And I do really like Jonathan. I am rewatching season 1. And yes, he is a bit of a creeper. That was a weird, wrong thing to do.
Yes.
And I think Steve had every right to smash his camera. I think
he did too.
Like, I was talking to Dimitri about that, and I was like, yeah, no, I would hope if someone was taking creepy pictures of me through my window that you would find them and smash their camera.
Yeah. And Jonathan has changed, but that was very creepy of him. And the way that all started was very creepy.
Yeah. Like, I loved season 2 Jonathan, and I loved season 3 Jonathan. Stoner Jonathan's just not it for me. You know, and I got nothing against partaking, you know. However, all the time. And you're not there for her. Like, Steve really was trying to help him when he's like, hey, we should go get Nancy some flowers and bring them to the hospital. And Jonathan's like, oh, you're just thinking about trying to one-up her. And he's like, no, actually, I think your girlfriend would really appreciate you showing up for her right now.
Yeah.
Because he's a gentleman. Because Steve is a gentleman.
Steve is a gentleman. I love you, Steve Harrington.
I love you, Steve Harrington.
About Steve, like he came off at the beginning like as like very egotistical, like kind of like the bad boy, but then we saw the true Steve, and he isn't.
Honestly, on my rewatch, I'm like, there's one moment when it's where he comes across as an asshole, but for the most part, like he's the one who was trying to include Barb in everything. He wants Nancy to feel comfortable. He's very respectful of her boundaries and making sure that she's comfortable and okay. He's not your standard 80s douchebag. Like,
no.
It's not until he's like, oh God, like, the cops are now involved. We're going to get in trouble. And he cares more about that than finding Barb, which, I mean, to be fair, Barb sucks.
Yeah, she's the worst. I don't get justice for Barb. There's never had justice for Barb. No, I don't care about Barb.
No, I don't care about Barb. I'm really sorry. She was Demogorgon lunch for a reason because she served nothing. I'm sorry. She was a bad friend.
Nothing.
She was a bad friend who was slut-shaming her friend. Sorry. Barb is not a girl's girl.
No.
Barb is a stick in the mud. No justice for Barb. I'm sorry. Back to season 5. Sorry.
Yes.
This is why you don't give two girls with ADHD a podcast.
Right. Wait, can I switch the topic just for a second?
Absolutely.
About the character talk about? I didn't care for the 11 and Hopper subplot.
This season?
Yeah.
It didn't bother me, but I get it.
I just don't find them interesting as they were in past seasons. I'm just, when they're on screen, the two of them, I'm just very bored.
And maybe that's a little bit of like the off-screen drama playing into the chemistry between the characters.
I don't know if it's about that. I just think that there's so much going on and there's so many plot lines happening that I'm way more interested in like the Holly and Max plot line with Henry, Mr. What's-It, and the rest of the gang going and trying to stop the the Demogorgons and then Will turning into becoming the host for Vecna. Like, all that is way more interesting to me than whatever was happening with Ellen Hopper.
I thought they had some really nice emotional moments, especially towards the end when we thought Hopper was going to blow himself up.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really beautiful moment. And I don't know, I love how fiercely protective he is of her. I think it's a very, I understand his motivation behind it. Like, he's already lost his kid once. He doesn't want to do it again. And both he and Joyce really bond over that too, with like Hopper has actually, like, his kid did die and Joyce's son almost died. And so it makes sense that they have so much trauma. But yeah, I think I thought it was interesting, but I also understand where you're coming from.
They're also not my favorite characters. I like
Hopper's one of my favorite characters.
A lot of the other characters.
I love Hopper so much.
Thing is, like, the first 2 seasons he was, but then I think that as more characters that I like more started getting bigger roles in the cast, like, I care way more about like Max, Lucas, Nancy, Steve, Joyce than kind of anyone else. Dustin.
Get that.
But yeah, I think those are kind of like my kind of like checking out here scenes.
I get that. I don't know. Hopper is always going to be one of my favorites. A surprise favorite for me this season has been Mike. Mike has really stood out to me this season. Like,
he has.
His relationship with Holly, his, like, how he like, his effort to protect the kids and just taking on this like really responsible role and knowing that he doesn't have any powers, but he also understands this more and he's been up against it and trying to just take care of these babies. It's oh my gosh, he has my whole heart.
Very sweet.
He has my whole heart this season.
Yeah.
Let's get into specific plot points and then we'll continue this. So episode 1, I thought was strong. It was like, I was expecting a little bit more to happen, but
I think it was a good episode 1. Episode 1, I feel like, was a great starting point for the season because it kind of just like filled you on everything from the last season. It's like, hey, we've been gone for a couple of years. It's everything that happened, and you're like, oh wait, this, and this is happening.
So much is going on. So much has changed.
Yeah. So I think it was a slower episode, but it still was a great setup for the rest of the season.
I would agree.
Like, we need to see where everyone was. Just check in with all the parties.
I
love Robin's radio show.
Me too. And that was so smart.
Rockin' Robin.
Like how they were able to do like the coded messages through her radio show. I thought that was a really fun little detail.
And I love how they're all one big team now.
Yes, I know, they're all working together. It's not just like
they're all working together.
They're all just like, okay,
no,
we all know this is the team.
Yep, like everyone ranging from like those like 12-year-olds to Joyce and Hopper, like everyone's working together. We're all the squad now.
I
love it.
Love it. The actress that they cast as Holly for this season is fantastic. I think she's great. So adorable. I'm so interested in her character. I love just how sweet and innocent she is.
Yeah.
But she still has
she's doing such a great job.
She still has the Wheeler braveness.
She does, yes.
Like, Karen. Can we talk about Karen?
Yes.
Destroying a Demogorgon. And
with a bottle.
I loved Elle line where she's like, like, Karen, like, it was hurt. And they said, what? And she went, Karen, with her wine. Iconic.
It's so funny. I think I texted you that the girl who plays Holly reminds me so much of young Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. And I can see that.
Like Girl Meets World era, she reminds you so much of her. Like, I think I think they look very similar, but it's also her mannerisms are just very young Sabrina Carpenter.
She's so cute. She's so cute. Even Ted impressed me with just he's like, and he's gonna whack it with his golf clubs. And
I love the Wheelers.
I love them so much. What are your thoughts on the Demogorgon not killing them?
That's something I was thinking about too. Because I'm not sure.
Because so I know that we're missing context because we haven't seen the play. And there's a lot that happens in the play. I'm going to try to go see it in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm going to do my best.
Yes.
which not everybody has that luxury, but, I live in New
Yeah,
York City, so I might as well do it.
we do. Yes.
So I know there's a lot there in context of like them going to high school together, and maybe with Vecna controlling the Demogorgons, maybe he has a weird soft spot for his
Yeah.
old theater buddies.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because he also did not kill Joyce in the finale.
No.
He just whacked her. And even like he set the Demogorgon on Mike, Robin, and Lucas. He didn't
Yes.
set one on Joyce.
Not the adults. No.
No.
And
And
I
we
think
know
this is
he's
something
not
that we
afraid to
may-
kill adults.
Yeah. And I think this is something we're probably going to explore in the next batch of episodes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, I know there's a lot of context to the play, but I think they'll definitely give that context, especially because not everyone can go see the show.
Exactly. And the Duffers have made a lot of points that like they don't want the play to be a required viewing. So I have a feeling a lot of that context will be added so it all makes sense.
Yeah.
At least I hope so.
No, same.
Because I think that was really interesting. Max, let's talk about our girl.
I love her so much. I called she was in the woods. I texted
She
Chloe.
texted me and I was like,
I said Max is in the woods.
Yeah.
I said there's no way it's not Max. Because I was like, where else would she be? She's in the Vecna realm.
yeah. I was like, it has to be. In my brain, I was like, it's either Max or maybe it's Eddie. Maybe if he's alive. But I think he's dead. I think he's dead.
No, he's dead. I don't think it's.
I really
I don't
hope.
think we're gonna see him again.
I love Joseph Quinn. I really wanted him back,
Yeah,
but he's probably dead. It's all fine and dandy.
But I'm so happy it was Max, and every scene with her, because she was in a coma, she was asleep for the first couple episodes.
It was
When we
nice
finally
to
got to
see
see
her.
her,
With vision.
she said hi. She said hi. I was like,
I said, hello, it's me.
that's my Tony Award nominee. I love her so much. Hands down,
She's
my favorite
amazing.
character in the show.
I love her.
Best,
I love
best
her. I love
late
her.
addition to the show.
I agree. The show really picked up once she joined.
It really did. She was the character they needed
Absolutely.
because they needed another female character that was the kid's age
Yes.
and who could be a companion for Elle, and that was a great addition to have.
Yep. I agree. I absolutely love
But
her. Do we think she's
and just
making
that
it
whole
out alive? I do.
yes, I do think so.
I think
I
if they
think
wanted to
that it
kill
would
her, they already
be-
would have.
Yeah, I think that would be crazy if she didn't, based on like A, how popular she is, and B, after everything she went through.
Yeah.
And also for Lucas's sake, I think that she's making it out alive.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't see a world where they would kill her. I think it's gonna be hard to get her out. I think that we still have a ways to go for her to get out.
Yeah,
But
that reunion is
as
going to
we
be
saw,
so beautiful.
She almost.
Almost
I
perfect.
love Lumax is a top tier ship. I love them.
I agree. Like, I'm
They're
not super
so
passionate about the ships on this show. I'm going to be real.
Yeah,
Like, I'm happy. Whoever Nancy wants, she's got 2 great picks. Let her have fun. I don't care. The internet's
Yeah.
being crazy.
I know.
And then we have the Will.
Joyce and Hopper.
Oh, Joyce and
Will-
Hopper there.
Will L.
I love that. But the Will Mike L thing, and
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Will is gay. Mike is not. He is
It's not.
no indication of attraction. I'm so sorry, besties. I know you want it so bad,
Yeah.
but it's not going to happen.
And that's what.
the whole conversation.
and
with
that's why-
Robin,
Yeah.
it was such a beautiful conversation. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no,
No, it's the same situation as Tammy or whatever her name was.
Tammy, tone deaf Tammy.
Tone deaf Tammy. He's just not in love with you.
No, he loves you,
Yeah.
but he's in love
As a brother.
as a best friend. It's just because he's it's very rare to see emotionally in touch teenage boys shown in the media.
Exactly.
And I think that's what's
Exactly.
throwing people off is because Mike is so emotionally in touch.
Yeah.
But it's because that's his best friend. Like
Yeah.
that Will is his ride or die.
Yeah.
But not
Like
in
they
that
are
way.
quite literally family at this point.
Yeah. That is
But-
his brother.
Yeah. But the best coupling in the show I think is Lucas and Max. They're just very sweet.
My favorite is Joyce and Hopper. It's my favorite.
Yeah, them too.
That's my
them
favorite.
too.
But it's easier to ship adults than it is children sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But That was the one that I was like,
absolutely.
yes, finally.
Yeah, no, I lost
finally.
my mind when they finally, like, we all been waiting.
And look, I lost my mind in season 2 with the Jonathan and Nancy kiss because that was hot. That was
Yes, it was.
so good.
So-
But now Jonathan's losing me. You had me and you're losing me.
And he's losing me a lot.
And I don't want him to because I was very team Jonathan, but now I'm like, I also think he's going to die.
Yeah.
Low-key.
Yeah, I think
I don't think
he and
Will both will die, but one of them's going to die. It's one or the other.
Who else do you think is on the may not make it list?
So the reveal of 8, she's gone. That's an easy death.
Yeah.
Murray's gone.
She's dead. Yeah.
Murray's dead.
Yeah.
He's a beloved enough character where it'll like hurt, but he's not Steve, you know?
No.
And there's a lot of people that think Steve is going to die. I'm not on that hill. I'm not.
No. People
I'm
are
not on that train.
There's also another camp of people saying that he's going to be the final girl. And I'm like, I could see that more.
Yeah.
You know, like the final girl trope in horror films.
Low key, I could see all of them making it. I know that's a hot take. I know that's a really, really hot take and probably unrealistic, but I could see the entire core cast. I think I'm like, Murray, you're gone.
Yeah. Side characters.
Like, I love Robin. I don't think she'll die, but she could. I think she'll survive. But
yeah,
like Nancy, safe. They're not touching Nancy.
Nancy is safe. Steve is safe. Dustin's safe.
I think the whole Wheeler family is safe. I see the Dustin like where people are worried about him. They're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I don't think except maybe Will and 11 could be in danger.
Yes. I think 11 is the most in danger. I think she is top of that list. And I think that she may sacrifice herself, very a la Dark Phoenix, sacrifice herself for the fam, but the power of friendship cannot bring her back. She's going to rise to her next level of power, and then she's not going to be able to come back from that, is a way I could see them doing it.
I've seen people make arguments about like Hopper, like they think Hopper's going to die. We already got the emotional impact of his death. If they wanted to kill him, they would have. And I do feel like the same could be said for 11 because they do almost kill her off at the end of season 1. So, but it has been since season 1. So I don't know.
And she's the hero figure of the show. She's the mystical force.
And it may be something like she opened the gate. She's the only one that can close it. And she has to.
And she may not die, but she may not be living in this existence anymore, if you know what I mean.
That's fair. But then that would lead to a cliffhanger. So I feel like she would either have to die or she's just fine. Because they're not going to leave any loose ends.
That's true.
I don't know. But yeah, the ones I'm most worried for are Will, Jonathan, 11, and then I think Murray and 8 are screwed. That is an easy.
Yes. Yeah.
8, as soon as she popped up, was like, okay,
easily.
That's an easy.
Yeah, like she's done. She's done.
Toast.
There's no way.
If that ring is Jonathan's to give to Nancy, he's toast. If that ring is Hopper's that he's holding on to, he's okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. There's as many combinations that could happen here.
And I do see a world where most of them make it out.
Yeah, I do see it. Like, I don't think it's going to be a bloodbath.
No.
I really don't see the show ending in a bloodbath of everyone dying.
No, I don't.
Even in like all these like franchises, like Avengers, like in Endgame, with like everyone's gonna die. I'm like,
well, they kind of did.
One person die. But then they came back. But in the end, only one person really. Don't know.
No, Steve and Cap.
Three person really died.
Steve and Tony.
Steve and Cap. They Steve and Tony and Natasha.
And Natasha, the 3 of the biggest players. There was a bloodbath.
Yeah. And like Steve isn't dead. He just went back in time.
Nobody came back and he died of old age.
True. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah. That's why he's not in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but he went back. He went back and made bad decisions first.
Yeah.
But anyway,
buddy, you don't make out with your ex-girlfriend's niece and then you go back to her.
No,
that's a little weird.
That's just weird. A little weird. And what's going to happen when that conversation comes up when you meet your niece when you travel back in time?
Well, and then
what happens when Sharon's born?
I know, and now Sharon's still going to have that it's just messy. It's just messy. It's all messy. Anyways, we really just can't help ourselves, can we?
No, this is what this podcast is for.
So true. It's so true.
Take a shot every time we've mentioned Marvel or Star Wars in the past hour and
The Summer I
41
Turned
minutes.
Pretty. Or X-Men.
Or The Summer I Turned Pretty. Or X-Men.
But at least X-Men ties into Stranger Things right now.
At least it does. Because it's 80s and what?
Speaking of the Avengers, the little theory video that I sent you about like the Tesseracts and
I didn't watch that yet.
Oh my gosh. There's a theory floating around that Vecna's big plan is that he wants to go back in time and change it so where he doesn't kill his family. And 12 children each represent a tick on the clock. All of the clocks that they've been showing, the fact that the Upside Down is stuck in time.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had that conversation about a wormhole.
Yeah.
Delightful Derek, who we need to talk about,
Derek
was building a Tesseract, like out of blocks. We don't know what he's planning, but could there, as we know in Once Upon a Time, sometimes time travel spells require children.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yes, they do.
A newborn baby in that instance, but 12 little children, I don't know. But for some reason, like, it all is going back to high school for Vecna, or for Henry, which is when he killed his family. That's where Max
crazy.
was sent back. When she went through Henry's timeline, she was sent back to that time period.
We have been seeing time travel elements in this show from day one.
The date on the Oklahoma poster is the date that he killed his family. I didn't come up with this theory, but
it's happening, though. It's happening.
Who knows? It could be a really interesting way.
It could.
I know we're talking about in-game, so maybe there'll be time travel again. But some, like, interesting,
maybe there will be.
Like, version of it. I don't know.
Yeah. And time travel was a very big thing that happened in a lot of movies in the 80s.
So, I don't know. It could be a very interesting way to wrap things up. There's also the leaked images of Hopper back as police chief, talking to Mike, and just Mike, which makes me afraid for 11.
Yes.
But, like, could there be I don't know. Could there be a time travel situation? Mayhaps. Because in the background of him, because people were like, okay, maybe it's a flashback sequence, but in the background of Hopper in the uniform, they're in front of the movie theater playing Raiders of the Lost Ark. Or it might be The Last Crusade. Hold on. I think it might be The Last Crusade. Whichever one came out.
Yeah, look it up. Because Raiders came out in, like, 81, I think.
Last Crusade came out in 89. So
and what year are we in?
I think we're in 87. So
we're doing a time jump at the end.
Could be a time jump 2 years later to Last Crusade.
I totally see it. Yeah. I totally see him doing a time jump to wrap everything up, especially.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't finish our Stranger Things conversation without bringing up Delightful Derek. An amazing addition.
Derek.
An amazing addition. The fastest character development we've ever seen.
Yes.
So funny.
He's precious.
I love him. The family's still just locked up. I don't know.
And
he's
like,
okay.
About that.
He locked in. He locked the fuck in.
Also, the fact that Erica was the one to cheat the whole plan, poisoning them.
And she was so into it, too. She was like, yeah.
This, like, 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, I'll poison Tina.
I mean, out of everyone in the gang, it's her.
Yeah. I mean, it was either her or it was Max, but Max isn't there right now.
No. And, like, Max would be scared to do it. Erica's like, I'll do it.
I have to say, like, out of all of the characters, I think Erica is the one who's, like, grown the most on me.
Oh.
I'm so obsessed with her now.
You can't spell America without Erica.
I think it was just there was a vibe, like a tonal shift in season 3 that I wasn't a fan of. Mm-hmm. But upon rewatches, it hasn't bothered me as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a personal thing. If I had to rate the seasons, I do think season 3 is my least favorite.
Really? 2's my least favorite.
I like 2 a lot, but
I like season 3. I think 4 is my favorite.
I am between
4 and 1.
1 is my favorite. I will make my definitive ranking after my rewatch because at the moment I want to say 4 but that's, I think, recency bias. my rewatch of 1, I'm like, season 1's probably the best. So if I had to say right now, I would go 1, 4, 2, 3. And I can't rank 5, obviously, because it's not done. But
Yeah.
I could also go 4, 1, 2, 3.
I'd say 4, 1, 3, 2.
And that's also fair.
I also like season 3 because I love like everything at the mall.
Yes.
I love all the sequences they had, like the Material Girl sequence and everything. It's
so
Ahoy
cute.
and Dustin being Steve's child and the introduction of
Oh, I
Robin
know.
and
It's
Erica
so
having a
good.
really part. I think it was just a really fun season and so 80s. And it's the season that sticks out to me just like tonally wise because I think
Yeah.
it really played into how fun this show can be.
And I think that's honestly what my issue with it was like, it's the first season where they really kind of went camp with it. And that really
I get
threw
that.
me off because the first 2 seasons
get
are so
that.
serious. And then all of a sudden we're having a little bit more like, it felt almost too 80s. And I don't know. There was a lot of great, because Alexei, I do love season 3. I think season 3 added so much to the show, but so did season 2 with the addition of Max.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I think that's the best part of season 2. But
look, if we
I think Eleven's whole subplot with her is just like what makes it my least favorite season.
If I am taking into account that episode, it is the worst season. Absolutely. Yeah. I kind of forget
which is
that
sad because
the rest of the season is so good. I also have very fond memories of it because I binge watched the whole thing in one night in high school.
Oh my god! Back when they used to put the whole season out at once on Netflix.
And it was so much fun and like just the roller coaster of emotions that I went through.
Yes.
Oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. There's probably a lot more we could say, but overall, I'm very excited.
We love Stranger Things.
We love Stranger Things.
Yes.
We'll do another.
I'm so sad
that it's over.
Are you going to go see the finale in the theaters?
I'm going to try to. I think it sucks that I'm going to see on New Year's Eve.
I know. It sucks because also it's like during my really busy week of shows, it's my last week in Texas. So I don't know if I'm going to have the time to get out and see it.
Yeah.
But if I can, because I know some people on my cast want to see it, I'm going to.
Yes.
But I think they're also dropping it on Netflix that day, right? I hope. I would hope so too. Because I'm like, not everyone could go out to the movie theaters that week. That's a holiday week.
And it'll be really fun. So I hope I can go to the theaters, but we shall see.
No, me too. We shall see.
Well, yes. I think that's all we have to say.
I think it is, yeah. This was a fun 2 topics to talk about.
It was. So we will come back once part 2 is out and the finale, and we will go all of our thoughts for the entire season. We'll see if we were right about any of our theories, about any of our deaths, or if we're eating our words. So this is all on camera now. We are recorded. Our thoughts, our predictions are locked in.
We are locked in. And we will see how much of it is true.
So anyways, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Or listening. And we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.